Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you want to learn foreign language and are on a low budget, you found the right video. Los geht's! My name is Dustin and I'm an IT project manager from Germany. On this channel we create content that helps us to be more productive, to learn new things, especially languages, and to live a happier and more fulfilling life. Today I will show you 8 free apps that will help you with your language learning. That they are free means at least in terms of paying for them with money. Because be aware that sometimes our data can be used and we are obligated to watch some advertisements. We pay this way with information or our attention. This model is called freemium. Some of the apps I will show you are completely for free and some are part of that freemium model. I think in general it's a good idea to use the best resources available and also pay for them. But with the economic crisis currently going on, this might not be always possible. But we can still learn a foreign language this way and thus increase our career capital and also have it easier on the job market if you want to look for a new opportunity or so. Further, in this video we will just talk about apps that were made specifically for language learning. I will make another video about language learning resources in general. Okay, let's dive into today's topic. Going forward, we will part the apps in 4 different categories. First of all, vocab and scripts. This means to learn words and phrases in your target language and also a different script, so a different alphabet or a non-alphabetic script if there is one. Next one, comprehensible input. Here we are talking about building up your comprehension, that you are able to read your target language and also understand the spoken language. Then communication via speaking and writing. That's actually self-explaining. So to be able to communicate with people, either in written or spoken form. And then grammar and structure of the language, to be able to build sentences and to know how stuff works. Okay, let's start now with the first category. We'll start with Anki, and this app is very well known in the language learning or learning sector in general. And it's basically a flashcard app. This means you have typically a word on the front of a flashcard in your mother tongue, and on the back you have it in your target language. And then you look at it and you try to come up with the right word, you turn it, and if you were right, you put it away. And this way you progress through the cards. You can use it to learn anything you want and you can create your own flashcards. You are leveraging the principles of spaced repetition and active recall here. So science is on your side. This app is completely for free, without ads or anything. I use it to learn the words that come up during my regular conversations and also the words that come up commonly when I read texts in my target language. I recommend creating your own flashcards and study them daily. But if you want, there are also pre-made decks and you could even learn different script and phonetics with it. The next one is Drops, and I've already made a video about that and I will link it here. It's also an app to learn vocab and even whole phrases. It has over 45 languages available and learning with it feels really effortless. The beautiful app design and animations make it really pleasant to use. Further, every word and phrase gets spoken out loud, and if you repeat directly after that, you can even work on your pronunciation. Free version can be used for 5 minutes each day, and I can assure you that if you do that over a couple of weeks, you will notice how the vocabulary sticks. It can give you the confidence that you are able to actually learn stuff. At least that has been the case for me, so definitely try it out. And then there's also Scripts, which is from the same company and is for what actually the name already reveals, learning scripts or non-alphabetic scripts. The current supported languages are, and let me look that up, the ASL alphabet, Russian Cyrillic, English alphabet, Hindi Devanagari, Japanese Kana, Chinese Hanzi, and Korean Hangul. I've just recently made a video about this beautiful gamified language learning app called Lingo Legend, and I will link it also here. It's actually a flashcard app, but disguised as an RPG. You can learn Spanish, French, Japanese, Korean, German, Italian or Portuguese with it. It's maybe not the most efficient way to review flashcards, but definitely one of the most motivating. Also, there are not just words and phrases you can learn with this app, but also scripts. In the free version, the only real limitation is that you have 20 energy available each day that you can use as kind of game time. And you can earn another 10 energy by watching an advertisement. This means 30 energy in total, which relates to 20 to 25 minutes of game time each day. I really like to use Lingq to consume massive amounts of comprehensible and compelling input. But since it's a paid app and you can't use the core functionalities without paying, I have something else for you. Although you can currently study Ukrainian for free and you can also access all the mini stories and all the content, but you just can't make links and those kind of things. I've already made a video about Lingq and I will link it here. But I have received a message from an app developer who is currently creating something that goes into the direction of Lingq. It's also for consuming comprehensible and compelling input, and it's available for iOS and Android devices. Further, it's completely for free, even without ads. The name is LangBrowser and you can study content from many different sources, like internet pages using the integrated browser, videos over YouTube for example, text you can import, and then of course, ebooks you can also import. When you're reading something, you can click on the word and you will get a translation, or you can even mark a full sentence and get also a translation. It takes still a bit longer than Lingq does, for example, but it works surprisingly well. Further, you can review the saved words or phrases and tag them as known, unknown, or to study them later. The biggest downside is, in my opinion, that you can't see statistics about how many words you have already learned, how many words you have read, and so on and so on. Also, it doesn't let you gather stuff comfortably in collections and also with the sounds and stuff. That's still something that needs to be figured out, I guess. But it's still in a beta stage and already in a pretty good shape. So let's see how this app develops. If you want to learn how to speak, you need to speak. And in order to do that, you can try to find a language exchange partner. For that matter, there's an app called Tandem where you can get to know people, where you can write and exchange and also do some video chats and stuff. For that matter, there's an app called Tandem. You can get to know people there and you can practice writing as well as speaking. The app itself is free. Warning, if you are a woman, many guys are trying to use those language exchange sites as a dating site, more or less. So there might be some creeps. Then there's also HelloTalk, which goes exactly into the same direction and is a great language learning exchange app. You can also do status updates like a social network, and maybe you can even find a language exchange partner to meet up in real life. The free membership should be sufficient and has lots of functionalities. The only downside is that there are ads. Tandem and HelloTalk were the two most modern looking and feature rich language exchange apps that I have found. Now let's come to grammar and structure of the language. And the first one here I really love. It's an app called LanguageTransfer. This app is actually more an audio course in an app format, and it's available for iOS and Android. It teaches you a language through thinking. It explains the concepts behind the language based on the knowledge you already have about English. And you will be amazed about what's possible in a short amount of time. Definitely a great resource to get a head start into the language you want to learn. Currently there are the following languages available: French, Swahili, Italian, Greek, German, Turkish, Arabic, Spanish, and English for Spanish speakers. Yep, and that's it. And then there's also a music course, which is a new one, but we are talking about languages, so. And then, if you are learning a language which is not available in LanguageTransfer, you can also try out Duolingo. It's kind of free, but it has ads. Yes, I know. I like to bash Duolingo, but I think it's not a bad resource to get started with a language, to become able to build simple sentences. I wouldn't use it for an infinite time span, but for the beginning I think it's okay. Also, sometimes it can be hard to find resources for smaller languages, but Duolingo is quite extensive in that regard. Further, the gamification makes it easier to get back to it and to do your daily dose of language learning. But remember, Duolingo won't make you fluent alone. It can be only in addition to your language learning or a starter resource to become able to build basic sentences. So now that were all the apps. What are the next steps? So I would suggest that you focus mainly on consuming massive amounts of comprehensible and compelling input using LangBrowser. And then build up some vocab or learn the script on a daily basis to also improve your comprehension. If your language is available within LanguageTransfer, listen every day to one lesson of it. Or if it's not available, then probably use Duolingo each day to become able to build basic sentences. At some point, you will have to speak in order to get fluent. Don't defer it for too long and try to find a language exchange partner on Tandem or HelloTalk. And that's it. Which free language learning apps do you use the most? please let me know in the comments. If you found this video useful, please leave me a like and a subscription to the channel. And to not miss anything going forward, click on the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching and see you the next time.